So if you follow me on stories at all, you will have noticed last week, in addition to my 90 days of content, I've also started in the last week doing a challenge called 75 Hard. And this is a challenge that was started by a man called Andy Frisella. And if you want to check him out, he's the MF CEO Project podcast, and he does a whole episode on this 75 Hard concept. And just to give you a bit of a background, what that is you are required, if you want to do it, me, enter the specimen here, decided to do it, 2 45-minute workouts a day, one of them having to be outside. And the reason why you have to do it outside is because it teaches you that you cannot control the elements and that you still have to show up. I'm liking it already. My brain was like, oh, I like this. So as I started to listen to his podcasts. So 2 45-minute sessions a day. You have to drink a gallon of water. For us Aussies, that is 3.75 litres of water a day. That's my water bottle, because I have to keep continuously. You have to be very mindful of that. The first few days were very difficult. I found myself having to scull like 4 bottles of water at 9 p.m. at night to get it in, making me realize just how dehydrated I was. And that's a whole new live. Hey, Maya, funny that you should jump in while I'm talking about dehydration. We are discovering some amazing things about hydration and frequency and vibration and manifestation over in Sassy CEO land. So I will share more at another time. So water, workout, 10 pages of a personal development book or something that actually expands your mind a day. You have to stick to some form of diet. He's not prescriptive. This is not some crazy diet. You can do whatever you want as long as it has some structure. So I was already following something because I've been doing a bit of a health kick for a while, and so I'm just sticking with what I've got, but I'm sticking to that each and every day. And you have to take a selfie of yourself every single day. So I started this last Monday and I did every single day. And yesterday was actually my son's blessing day. It was his baptism. I call it blessing day. And I got up at 7 a.m. in the morning to be able to do my first walk, because yesterday was going to be 2 walks. And then when we came home after this big family thing and baptizing my son, and I got home, put my gear straight on before I sat down, because I knew if I sat down, I would not get up again, and went back out in the rain and walked for 45 minutes in the rain, thinking, yes, I've made it through. I've done the first week. I feel really good. And just as I was about to walk back into the house, this thought popped into my head. You didn't take your selfie yesterday, PB. And this, you know, that realization that goes through your body. Oh shit. And I went into the house and I said, hey, Az, we didn't take my selfie yesterday, because Az has been helping me out. Sometimes I set it up myself, but often it's easier for him to just do it for me, because you have to take a selfie of yourself every day. And he said, like, no, we did. I said, no, we didn't. And we actually went through my iPhone, because obviously everything's date stamped. And sure enough, the last selfie we did was on the Friday. We didn't do Saturday. And as per Andy's rules, Andy Frisella, pretty hard-ass guy, if you miss one of the things, you start from day one. I fucked up. My legs felt so sore as I realized that I have done 7 days of that amount of walking and that amount of effort. And to be honest with you, for about half an hour, I really just wanted to give up. I just wanted to stop and go, oh, fuck this. Because, this is why I love things like this, because the moment I saw this challenge, I realized how much analogy it had with business. Which is why I threw myself in, because I knew it was going to teach me lots, but I wanted to share it with you, even though I knew I was going to have human moments like this, because I knew that the stuff that I share with you, if you actually take time to listen and absorb it and receive what I'm telling you, would help you in your life and in your business too. So I've actually journaled this morning on the lessons that fuck up gave me, and I want to share those with you this morning. And maybe you can take some of these lessons and just see how you can apply them in your life and in your business. I promise my fuck up is probably going to make you money. Okay, so the first thing, when you have something go wrong, i.e. I realized that I'd made a mistake, just like when you have something go wrong in business, it's okay to feel shitty. I think in a world where we sort of, you know, we want to do the positive vibe thing, and we want everything to be high vibe, and we talk about high frequency, and positive mindset. It's really a very dangerous area when we don't allow ourselves as human to feel stuff. Because if you don't feel contrast, you're never going to really enjoy the other end of the spectrum. Okay, it's like the law of polarity. You know, there's always an equal and opposite side for everything that you're going through. So it's okay sometimes to feel angry. It's okay to feel shitty. It's okay to feel sad or disappointed. There's nothing wrong with you. I do speak to a number of women who don't seem to want to let themselves feel these emotions at all. And it's actually quite unhealthy. You need to be able to learn how to manage that and feel it. And I find the less that you actually fight it, the better it is. So I used a process that I take my clients through last night, which is just allow yourself to feel shitty. Last night, that's what I call it. It's called allowance. It's called space for feeling shitty. I knew that I was only going to give myself a certain amount. And so I said, okay, PB, you are allowed to feel shitty for an hour. And it lasted about an hour. I felt shitty. My husband was trying to, encourage me, and I just didn't want to have a bar of it because I just needed that space to process what had happened for me. It might not seem like a big deal, but when you've been putting your heart and effort into something, just like when you're putting your heart and effort into a marketing campaign, or maybe you've been sharing a new offer that you've got and no one's taking it up, or you've put something out there and it didn't, it had spelling. I mean, some people, like what we all classify as fuck ups, it just depends on where you are in the journey. I remember a time in my business where if I put something up and it had a spelling mistake, I would think that was a monumental fuck up. But there's no judgment, whatever that is for you. Think of a time in your business when you've had stuff go wrong and you kind of feel shitty. So allow yourself to feel shitty. It's okay. So that's the first thing. Second thing, when things are going wrong, we can actually use failure as feedback. In fact, I say that all the time. There is no failure, there is only feedback. So really, I didn't fail. I just got some feedback yesterday. And the feedback was, hey, PB, you've actually got some shitty systems for how you're tracking this because you are, running quite a busy business. You're invested in your clients. You're building new campaigns to welcome new amazing sassies. You're working with private clients. You're also a very dedicated mum and wife and sister and friend. It's inevitable that you can't keep everything up here, which I should know, right? I do it so well. I've got everything very set out. I've got my sassy CEO plan for my business, but when I add something in, sometimes we have to go through the lesson again and remember that we need to have better systems. And so and immediately I was like, okay, my system sucks. I need to find a better way of doing this. So when you have something go wrong in business, you have to, when you get over the feeling shitty bit, go, okay, well, let's review here. Is there a system breakdown? Is there a better process that we can use here to make this better? And for me, definitely there was. So last night I went about and just, decided that I would set up a particular app that I've had on my phone for months and months and months, if not more than a year, which is about keeping a habit. I put all the things in that are required for me to tick off every single day for 75 hard. And I am not allowed to get ready for bed. I've anchored it in. I'm not allowed to brush my teeth until I've actually marked that off. And that way I'm not getting into bed and forgetting to do one of the things.
Hi, amazing one. I hope you're loving this video. If it's vibing with you and feels like it's the right fit for you, then please come join us over in our free Facebook group. I'd love to get to know more about you and your business really soon.